What's up, everyone? What's up? How y'all guys doing today? Come on in, come on in. You know what the day is. Come on in, come on in. Today is my favorite day. It is Love Thursdays. How you guys doing? Come on in and have a seat right there. Guys, before we get started, I just want to apologize for one thing. And that one thing I want to apologize for yesterday was my two receivers went out. And you didn't get a chance to hear the end of the commentary, but that's okay. The day is another day, right? So, what are we talking about today, guys? We're talking about my favorite day of the week. That's called Love Thursdays. That's right, Love Thursdays, guys. My favorite day of the week. I've got my red shirt on, just enjoying today's commentary, right? So, I just want to highlight something real quick. I want to talk about a little story about what true life story that happened to me some years ago. And you're gonna know what the contents of the story is, right? Context of the story, sorry. I was jonesing over this girl, and for all you guys who don't know what the word jonesing is I was just fiending over this girl. And for y'all who don't know what fiending means, that means I was liking this particular female. And, she wasn't everything I wanted in a woman, but she basically had my attention and I had to approach her, guys. I had to get her. Sometimes in life you just kind of dive in blindly, dating somebody because it's just all about attraction. And sometimes, guys, you're not looking for that perfect person. You're just basically looking, you're just dating, you're just out there. It doesn't make you a player. It's just that you have different women that you're going to see who could be a potential girlfriend or partner or mate in the future, or even a spouse. But you got to put yourself out there, guys. You can't just date one person, especially these days, because they can flake on you. Uh, they may not be the person for you. You just got to categorize and see which perfect person for you. And you don't even have to sleep with these people. Just date them, just to see what their personality is about, and how they vibe with you. That's all. So this particular person, uh, she checked off the right boxes, and I was physical attraction because remember, attraction is the first thing, no matter what people tell you. That physical attraction is the first thing, and then getting to know that person's personality is the second thing, right? So we had a good old time. And remember when I told you guys when I first started, because I'm in my 13th week, and shout out to me for my 13th week. Gonna make it to that 16th week, guys. We're gonna do it, and then I'm gonna change the whole format. But anyway, she checked off all the boxes, and I don't know if I remember I told you guys in the past about people coming into your life for a reason and a season, right? That is definitely true. Definitely true about, somebody's coming into your life for a reason, guys, you know? And it could be a learning lesson for you as well, right? Well, this individual came into my life because, I looked at her as somebody special. Wasn't quite sure if it was going to be a love that's going to last, but I actually learned a lot about myself from dealing with her, if that makes any sense. Sometimes you can learn from people, um, learning about yourself. And no, I'm not editing none of this. Learn from yourself, a lot about yourself by dealing with others, if that makes any sense. And it just don't have to be with love relationships, but it also can be with friendships, business relationships as well. But in this case, we're talking about relationships between a man and a woman, relations, I should say. And it was agreed upon from the beginning that it was going to be a friends with benefits, with sexual benefits, you know. And sometimes it is what it is, guys, you know. You know, it's everything is not about having a long-term relationship, you know. It's kind of like that song that Al Jarreau came out with a long time ago saying, been around before, but this feels so good, you know. It's not about love, you know. I don't need to knock on wood. That's how the lyrics went with the Al Jarreau song called This Feels So Good. And it was just a thing between, you know, two adults. Now, a lot of YouTubers won't tell you the truth about dealing with certain people. I mean, they talk about, you know, hooking up with different women and so forth, but when you're dealing with an individual, whether it's a man with a woman or a woman with a man, and you're having different relations with them more than once on a constant basis, there are going to be some sort of feelings attracted to you. I'm going to say it to you again. You don't have relations with person multiple times, with one individual multiple times without there is some type of feeling attached to them, okay? Even if it's agreed upon in the beginning of this relations or relationship, friends with benefits, whatever you want to call it, that's what it is, right? And in context, you know, we both learned from each other. We both had some sort of feelings, and the respect was mutual between two consenting adults, right? And come to find out, she got a liking for another dude, for another person. And the good thing about it was she was upfront with it. Not guys, because I know how our egos are. Not so much as the sex was better. You know, I don't want to get into the fact that, you know, she she cheat on me and all that other stuff, because it just was it was what it was, you know. There's no love lost between me and her, you know, and I actually had a lot of respect for the fact that at least she was honest with me from the beginning. You know, a lot of times women, because you do cheat more than men, you just know how to do it more better than we, trust me. Women cheat more than men in today's world. It used to be the other way around, but today is more. And, you know, it is what it is. And women have a higher body count because they got more choices, especially in the West, right? But, you know, because we had so much respect for each other and we was open about the situation, she told me that she found somebody that she really emotionally and spiritually connected with. And you know how the ladies say stuff like that, guys, right? And she asked me how I felt about it because, you know, we was getting a little bit closer, emotionally as well as physically. And I said, no love lost here. I said, if things doesn't work out with between you and him, you know, we can still be friends with benefits, you know. But I told her and I reminded her, I said, look, this was the arrangement from the beginning. You and I had agreed upon this arrangement. No love lost here. Because we agreed on this. type of arrangement. And it wasn't an open relationship, guys, because we were friends with benefits. Okay? Now, it's normal and human nature for people to develop feelings for the other person, especially if you're being sexually, you know, being in a situation where you have relations with that other person. But keep in mind that people are sent into your life for a reason and a season. Okay? And once you have an understanding with that other person, you know, it is what it is, guys. And that's another thing that a lot of YouTubers don't talk about. I mean, you know, most of the time they talk about relationships and stuff, but that's fine. But I like to hit on everyday realistic stuff that goes on between people, right? And what really hits home with people, like friends with benefits. And she was so honest with me that I said, hey, you know, I will still continue to be your friend until you decide, hey, this person, I'm taking them serious. Need to go ahead and cut this off with you. And she did. And I was fine with it. Saw her years later. She wound up marrying this gentleman. Saw her at a grocery store. And we talked for about 2 minutes, you know. And I was just happy for her. Gave her a hug. Said, you continue to do what you do. I think they had a little girl out of that situation. Or that relationship, I'm sorry. And it is what it is. No love lost, guys. And that's just one of the many stories that I can tell you in my life for this Love Thursdays. But you know what I want to do? I want to hear from you in the comments section for once. I want to hear your no love lost situation, whether it was good or bad. I want to know something about you, both men and ladies as well, okay? Let me know. Comment. I'll read your comments. Or you can hit me up at my Gmail, especially if you want something for me to talk about on Love Thursdays. You can hit me up at timsondemand@gmail.com. That's timsondemand@gmail.com. Real simple, right? It's timsondemand@gmail.com. And with that being said, guys, I want to thank you guys for spending a little time with me on Love Thursdays. You know I like to extend that out. But basically, if you got a topic or if you want me to comment on something, please, first of all, if you're viewing this channel, I need you guys. I need you with the algorithm, okay? Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. And hit that notification button. That way you know when new content is being presented. And also share with like-minded people like yourself. We're on a journey right now to get to 1,000 subscribers before I turn this channel over to the more entertaining side of it. Right now, it's for 16 weeks of getting to know me, and then it's going to switch to the Tim's On Demand entertainment side, okay? But for now, go ahead and let yourself out. Go ahead and open the door. Let yourself out. Make sure you close that door to you. Don't let the flies and critters come in. And also remember, I'm not just Tim, but I'm Tim's On Demand. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me on Love Thursdays. Tomorrow is Dress Down Fridays. Please consider subscribing to the channel. And I'm going to be putting out some shorts, hopefully this weekend, and doing some TikTok as well. All right. But in the meantime, I want you guys to have a happy and safe Thursday. Good afternoon, good evening, and a good night. And I'll see you guys on the next one, okay? All right, but remember, guys, remember, please, it's important. If you have any comments or critiques or whatever you want me to talk about, especially on Love Thursdays, or if you just want to reach out to me and let me know how these subject matters affect you, please hit me up, okay? All right, guys. Thank you very much for viewing my contents. I am Tim's on Demand. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.